Hello there, welcome to QMB Stars League preview show, all in English here on Alcast as we look ahead to all 6 matches in week 15 in the company of former English Premier League players Nick Summerby and Chris Makin. Well, here we are. It's the last round before the winter break, except, of course, for that game between Al Sadd and Al Duhail on December the 11th. Let's park that for the time being. It's just vital for each team to go into this winter break on a positive note, Chris Makin.
It is, but it could be a very special weekend for someone. And we're talking about Nicholas. Who? Top goal scorer.
El Arabi, yeah. You're right there.
Bunja.
Oh, sorry.
He could break the record.
I started off a bit slow, can only get better.
That was a good conversation.
Here we go, it's all right.
Listen, Bunja could break the record this weekend, could he? Who holds the record, Nick? Got it.
To be fair, Nick's been bombarded in the press conferences. He doesn't know what day it is. It's just all come at him this morning. Clemerson, who played for Al Gharafa in the 07-08 season.
Oh, watch him go.
And he had 27 goals.
27 goals. Marcos Paqueta was the head coach at that time, and they won the league, actually, that season, 07-08.
Right, so Bunja's on 26. Yeah. Let's get back to that. Bunja could break the record this weekend, or could be even more special if he does it in the big game.
The big game, absolutely. Your feeling ahead of this winter break, having been chatting to all the head coaches?
It's just about getting a victory. It's a huge break and a long time. What is it, February they come back, so it's vitally important. Down the bottom, you got to say, it's the same couple down the bottom. Kratia are desperate, they need it. It's very difficult for them, but listen, let's roll on next week. Let's get everything out of the way and let's get the big game. Duhail Al Sadd. That's what it's all about.
Wait, we got started. Yay, here we go. Right, OK. Let's head over to Shadin Wada now, who will remind us of the league standings after 14 weeks and how they line up for week 15.
Al Duhail hold a 3-point advantage over Al Sadd at the top of the league standings going into week 15. Al Sailiya remain in 3rd spot with Al Rayyan 1 point behind them in 4th. Al Ahli and Al Gharafa make up the top half of the table. Al Arabi have moved up to 7th place, while Slal have dropped to 8th. Al Shahaniya are in 9th with 16 points, and Qatar Sports Club have increased the gap between themselves in 11th place, Al Khor, to 5 points. Al Khritiyat are still adrift at the bottom with just 3 points. As for the fixtures, on Thursday the 6th of December, Al Gharafa are up against Al Ahli for the early kickoff, and later on, Al Khritiyat face Al Rayyan at 18:30 Doha time. On Friday the 7th of December, Al Duhail meet Qatar Sports Club at 1600, and for the late kickoff, Al Shahaniya are up against Al Sadd. On Saturday the 8th of December, early game sees Al Khor against Al Sailiya, and Slal face Al Arabi at 18:30.
First up, it's Al Gharafa versus Al Ahli. OK, Al Gharafa. Chris, let's start with you. That was a real footballing lesson. They got absolutely hammered by Al Sadd.
I don't know what to make of Al Gharafa. Don't know. Not sure that the manager knows what he's getting week in, week out. That was a really heavy scoreline. One of those games that you want to forget about and just concentrate on the next game. But it's Al Ahli. It's a tough game for Al Gharafa, isn't it? Yeah,
it is. What's the problem there with Gharafa? We keep asking that question. When Schneider's not there, the whole thing seems to fall apart.
Just consistency, and that's been ever since we've been here. It's been the story, hasn't it?
Yep.
I mean, what do you do? I think possibly the best we saw them play was end of last season to get them in the top 4. That was a great run, and that's pretty much the same squad. Take it or leave it. I know Weiss didn't play at the end though, but how do you get that in? How do you get them to play better on a regular basis? I don't know. Many managers have tried it. Don't forget, Coach Eugen left the club at the end. As if to say, I can't do anything more with that. So it's a bit of a strange one. But with this game, because you expect a backlash basically from this. You expect a big improvement. But they're playing against Al Ahli, and I spoke to most of the managers. They're a different side altogether, by the way. They play very good football. They're surprising a lot of managers. I'm full of confidence.
Let's remind ourselves who they face with Al Ahli. Of course, this was 0-0 against Salal in week 14. But just a couple of chances here. It was a great game, Nick. It was, both sides going for it.
Which we want to see, and it was. They both went flat out. I mean, this is Majid there going for the penalty at the end. The referee gave a yellow card, but it was a real good game. couple of good chances. Mawas was a good one-on-one with a keeper. Abdel cut inside. He could have taken it first time. It was just a good game, and it could have gone either way.
Okay, let's hear now from Al Ahly's head coach, who's quite happy with the way things are going, but he's still dreaming, Mila Machala.
From beginning was first question, we stay in first division. After, we were in the middle, and now we are lit up. Everybody won't take for a league club for first position, not first position, third position, fourth position. But of course, we try step by step, but from back, because this team is not for fifth position. Of course, but we must try from game to game, play better and better and better organization, and this is our target. If fifth, sixth position, I think is good. But if we reach fourth position, this is dream of the dreams, I tell you the truth.
And that dream may indeed come true. So the question is, who will win this? Will it be Al Gharafa or Al Ahly? We'll start with Chris Makin with the first prediction.
Go Al Ahly, 1-0.
Nick Summerby.
I'll go for a 2-2.
Thank you, gentlemen. Next up, it's Al Kharatiat versus Al Rayyan. Al Kharatiat, week 14, wasn't it a fantastic performance? They got 1 goal back. They were 2-0 down at this point. When Lazar got this in, Chris, we thought it was coming back. We thought there was a draw on the cards, maybe even a win for Al Kharatiat. So good was the performance.
Well, the only reason I put that down to is purely because of the fact that they played Razak down the middle, and it just gives them something as a figurehead, something that they haven't had all season. Hamroon has played that position. He did it last year for Al Sadd, and it doesn't work. You just need a proper centre forward there. Even if it's coming off him, players can get up the pitch sometimes.
And Nick, both of you picked out from that game positive play from Lazar and Diba right from the start.
I mean, this is a fantastic bit of play. I mean, this is a free kick against them, but just watch this. I mean, you're looking at a side here. You say if they've got confidence, well, they must do. I mean, this is a wonderful bit of play. Not looking to go down from Lazar. Here's Diba out on the left-hand side, a great pass. You know, and then if there's anyone that can make the pass, it's Diba here now to Hamroon.
Can they be like this against Al Rayyan?
Listen, they have to be. I thought they were positive. It didn't go. The luck didn't go on in their way when there was a red card given. You know, and then the goal came straight after that. But I thought there was a lot of positives. But time is running out. You have to be brutally honest with it. And I don't think a draw's really enough for them at the moment. They've got to try and get a victory. I think you might get Al Rayyan a good result in the last game. You might see him relax a little bit.
One of their key players is Anwar Diba, of course, and he's still pretty upbeat.
I'm surprised that the spirit in the team is still very good, but I think that's because we, like every game, we play better than the opponent, but we lose. I think there is not a game that we come inside and the other team is much better and we go home like we have nothing to do in this league. But every game we prepare and we are better than the other team. But we are very, very unlucky this season. And I still believe in it because it's 6 points difference between us and Al Khor, and we have a game against them. And there is 24 points in the league. Last year, the same happened to Al Arabi, and they won 5 games and they finished at 6 or 7. So for me, if you still can make it to the points, I still believe in it.
Gotta love that, haven't you? That's super positive.
Yeah, but you have to. Yeah, but you have to be like that.
Yeah.
You know, you can't give in now, not at all. But the point
Remember Al Wakra?
Yeah, but do you remember? Yeah, but the
last 3 games of the season.
Yeah, but the point is, they've only got 3. It's all right saying there's 24 points, but they've only got 3.
Yeah.
So far, so that's it. But they have to keep believing.
Okay, they're up against Al Rayyan. Let's remind you of the Al Rayyan goals from week 14 and the 2-2 draw with Al Dahail. It was a fantastic result for them, Chris.
Yeah, they're another team, Al Rayyan, at the moment. I don't know what to expect from game to game, but they are looking a little bit more solid under Ugan, and it was good to see them get 2 goals against, last year's champions, maybe the champions-elect. They kept on going, and they got back into the game twice, which shows a lot of character and resilience.
And that point was good for Al Rayyan, of course, but it's also opened up the race at the top of the league. Thank you very much, Al Rayyan, between Al Sadd and Al Dahail. I'll tell you what we will do, though. Let's hear now from Al Rayyan's assistant coach, Gilson D'Souza.
Yes, like I said, Yunus was a great surprise. Okay, in the last game, he really saved us in many situations. was one of the best players in the field. And I were very happy for this because Younes is a young goalkeeper, and I think he have a great future, and we have to trust him and keep him in the club for a long time.
Hear, hear. Why wouldn't you? Younes was absolutely fantastic, Nick.
Yeah, and I hope they don't. I hope he keeps his shirt. He deserves it. He was absolutely. I don't think we've seen a better performance as a goalkeeper for some time, you know. And I don't think you take him out now and bring Barry back. Leave him. Well done. You keep hold of that shirt. And I thought he was great. And we want these players coming through now. You know, we've been talking about a lot about Yusuf from Garafa. You know, all of a sudden this boy's coming now. You know, and it's great. I think he got relegated with Marquet last year, and it amazing with football how it changes.
Al Kharatiat Al Rayyan, Nick.
Karate Ryan.
I'm glad you asked him for a score. Shut him up for him.
Can Karate do it? We all want them to get something, don't we?
Come on,
do, yeah.
Come on, then.
Don't say it. Don't you
I
dare.
Come on.
I'm not.
Don't you
I tell you
dare.
what I'll go for. I'm going to go for A, because they're not scoring a lot at the moment, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'll go for a 1-0 Karate. That's the last time after that. I give up after that.
Come on, then,
Give up.
Chris.
Off.
Go on.
3-0, Ryan.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
More realistic.
Next up, it's Al Dahel versus Qatar Sports Club. Al Dahel, week 14, they got the goals, as you just saw. It was a 2-2 draw against Al Rayyan. Nice. Well, after that first goal, when that first goal went in, Chris, I thought, oh goodness gracious me, here we go. This is going to be, and that was a top-class goal.
Oh, it was wonderful. He made the top three, but they created some chances in this game, I tell you. And this is without
Well, we'll get
Namty.
on to the chances.
Oh, sorry.
You know,
Right.
I'm saying, you know, with this quality, when they get it right,
Yeah.
it's just like the Al Dahel of old.
Well, it was without Namtehi, Masatni, anyone else missing?
No, that's right.
You know, two influential players over the last few years, but they created chance after chance. Should have been easy 4 to 5.
Do you know what? I'm going to tell you now, I thought that was one of the best performances going forward I've seen a side for De Gea for a long time. And that's why that gives me confidence against them, against Al Sadd. You pick the bones out of that one then.
I tell you what, we will pick the bones out of, though, Nick, is the De Gea chances that Chris alluded to. Unbelievable. How these didn't go in.
And a wonderful, just working on the left-hand side. I thought Edmilson was absolutely quality on the night. I mean, look at Al Arabi, how Moez has missed this. I mean, these are huge, huge opportunities which go. And I just thought on the night, I thought they were brilliant. They get them out of defence. It comes to Al Arabi, one-on-one with a goalkeeper, you expect him. And just look at the keeper's saves as well from this, from the efforts. Another glorious chance. You know, our only problem is this time last season they weren't missing these chances. You know, and it came back to bite them at the end. You know, and it was. I thought they were brilliant in the first half. Once again, Edmilson, he made it a really difficult night for Zuma, inside and outside. I mean, this is Moez, another really good save, and they should have had the 3 points. I thought they played fantastic, but didn't put the chances away.
Yeah, when you get that many clear-cut chances, you know, it becomes a worry because, as you've constantly said, Nick, small margins. Let's put some information up. You know how much we love this information from stats. I do. Al Dahel's expected goals. It's just to back up. That's all it is to back up the point.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Al Dahel scored during the last 5 games. Al Dahel's expected goals scored during the last 5 games has been 13.9. And they have underscored this with just 11 goals, okay? So, based on the chances that you saw, they should have been scoring this, and it's been this, okay? That's
right.
how it works. So what I'm saying, it would be interesting if we compared this statistic with last season. It probably would have been above.
11.
Yeah, well, yes, it would have been above what they're expected to score.
Yeah.
Do you get it?
So
It's just a statistic to back up the fact that they're not putting their chances
Coulda,
away.
woulda, shoulda.
Coulda,
We
shoulda,
want
woulda.
hard facts.
By the way,
11 goals ain't bad, though, is it?
by the way, the most threatening player, the player causing the most threat, leave it at that,
Yeah.
is Edmilson Jr. in the league at the moment.
He was superb the other night.
Second is Al Haidous, and third is Akram Afif. So is it
Doesn't really surprise
No,
you.
it doesn't.
Edmilson's been a joy to watch, by the way.
Yeah, but
yeah.
this has caused them a problem.
Let's
not-
get back to this because this is really perplexing.
But you know what? Yeah, but If they look back at the end of the season, it might go down to that game.
Yeah.
You know, that's why, because it was just finishing. I mean, you're talking about goals where Moez at the far post, Al Arabi, you know, they might be looking at that. That's what they have to sharpen up on.
After this round, this weekend, what we're down to then?
7 rounds left.
7 rounds, and they've got to play Sad twice in 7 games. Well, brilliant.
Yeah.
So this is the crunch time, innit? And that draw, like Nick said, really could come back to bite them.
Okay, let's lose the information from stats there, which just helped clear it up, and we'll get rid of that. And what we will do
Rodri,
is...
let's just say that's not cleared anything up. That.
Yes, it has, don't you worry. For those who enjoy it, they know exactly what I'm on about. Right, let's have a look at Qatar Sports Club. Let's face it, what a fantastic win, Nick.
Yeah, great. I'm happy seeing Omari and Hussein playing up front. I like these two. There's something about them. Not the tallest, but great on the floor. I do say, I repeat myself a lot, he's like an Aguero type of shape of body and that. And they were brilliant. Etu was on the bench. It worked. Whatever it is, the formula there, that is right. And they've got the confidence from this game, and rightly so, I thought. Everyone around the pitch, they worked as a team. They were aggressive. They were first to the ball. Do the same thing again against De Gea.
Let's have a look at that relationship that you're talking about, Nick, if you want to take us through it.
I mean, look, his first touch, straight away then, look, what's he thinking straight away? Can I get a shot in? You know, and he's lively, you know, and I want him to really believe in himself even more. This is him in and around the box. You know, we're looking at the players at the moment. He misses the first opportunity, but it's about the cross getting put in straight away. He's coming away from goal. Just look at him twist there and get the power on and direct it into the net. He's onside here now, one-on-one with a goalkeeper. Goalkeeper makes it difficult, tries to get the first shot past him. You know, but it's about an end product. He manages to get his strike and it just goes wide. And I like this lad. I like what it's all about. But it is difficult with the passes. This is Omari. One-on-one, keeper comes out, gets it past the keeper, but it's a real tight angle. He tries just to slide it into the far post there. You know, once again, this is what he's all about. Great with running with the ball. 83 minutes on the clock. There you go. He's not thinking about passing it. He's stretching it. But the best thing about this, keeps possession. Don't try and beat anybody again. Know the right time to get. He's took 2 players out, and all of a sudden it works well. So that's where that partnership's working. It's lively, it's good, it's got legs. It can frighten. If you get them to turn and get behind defences and getting in behind, they have the pace to do it.
Right. He's been listening.
How good's that?
He's listening.
Action. Someone shouted action.
So, based on what you've heard there now from your partner...
Yeah, 5-0 De Gea.
What do you think?
No, De Gea to get back to winning ways. I will go 3-1.
Okay. I feel Nick might be giving us a shock here.
No, there's no shock here at all, no.
Okay.
3-1. I'll go the same as Chris.
Al Hill 3-1. Okay. Next up, it's Al Shahania versus Al Sadd. Okay, what another fantastic result for Al Shahania. Let's face it, this was another draw. It's, you know, against the teams around them, and that's the important thing, Chris.
That's the important thing. They're not letting the teams below them catch them up, have they, at all? They've had some wonderful, crucial results this season. This man's in form now, Lucho. He looks a good lad, that Ram in there, number 23. He is
a
popular lad, isn't he?
Very, very. He's
1.5 million followers on Instagram, Ramin. Iranian international.
More importantly than that, not just an Iran international who played in the World Cup, but the first choice of Carlos Queiroz at right back. Number 1 choice.
There you go, yeah.
Right.
And he's, do you know what? They're up for this game. I know it might be a crazy shout. This is how far Shahania have come, by the way. You know, they're confident. They don't look at it. They're not worried about this. They're looking forward to enjoying a good game.
They won't be bothered about this weekend, will they?
No.
The Alcohol was a big game. You know, those types of games, the teams around them in the league. This one's a bonus at the weekend, isn't it?
There's a good spirit there. And we're going to hear now from the gentleman we were talking about, the Iran right back. Amin.
Yes, now it's different team we have. Against Al Duel is be different against Al Sadd now. So for sure, this is football. You cannot tell before the game Al Sadd to be win. We have opportunity. We have to show the quality of Al Shahania in the big team, in the big game. If you have a big game, you have to show your quality. So we are waiting until after tomorrow against the game against Al Sadd, and we will see what happens. If we are lose, we never give up. Okay, this is football, but we never think about the lose. For me, it's possible to take the point. And I never forget this conference, and I hope to have a laughing after the game against Al Sadd.
Phew, I love that. I love that bit of confidence. I hope to be laughing after the game against Al Sadd. Let's face it, that is confidence for you. Good spirit in Al Shahaniya, and we've seen it throughout the season. Now, of course, they're up against Al Sadd, who scored 8 goals against Al Gharafa in week 14. I'm not going to show you the 8 goals. What we are going to show you is what Nick and Chris picked out as the quality. The Bunja Afif, in particular, just how high quality they are.
On Chris, take it away.
I've got the Doha cough. Go on, Nick.
No, just a pair of them. Their first goal there, absolutely fantastic from Bunja. But they work so well together. Afif back to his best. But it's just it's the way they work in. Now, if you just look at it now, look how close they are together. Then he gets the ball out. Watch the run of Bunja here now. He goes to the edge of the box. He's making himself available, and he's looking at the winger. He's thinking, just get into that gap there. Perfect ball, and he just slides it into that. It makes it look very easy. And this here for the goal as well by Afif. Doesn't get any better. This got the goal of the week for us, and rightly so. Past the goalkeeper, tight angle, slides it past the keeper. They are absolutely on fire.
Have they timed it to perfection?
Mate, what? There's a big break coming up, 2 months.
That's nothing to
Well, yes, they look like they've timed it
Not
to
gonna
perfection
peak, are
going
they?
into the winter break. Let's just get some more information from stats just to back this up. There we are. Baghdad Bunja. I hope you like this one. According to stats, contributed 6 goals against Al Gharafa. We know that. 3 goals, 3 assists. Now, this is what I thought was important. It was the 5th time this season. He's played in 13 games. The 5th time this season in which he has contributed to at least 3 goals in a game. I think what we want to highlight here, he's more than just, yes, he's got 26 goals, but he's always, and it highlights the relationship between him and Afif, I think. Would you agree with that, Chris?
Definitely. I was just going to say that.
Oh.
Before you rudely interrupted. He seems to, I don't know what it is, since the start of the season, he's enjoyed playing with Afif, and Afif's only a young player as well. You don't normally get that from a senior player, but they've really linked up this season, even with when Xavi's not playing as well. I love Bunja. I hope he stays with Al Sadd. Yeah. There's talk of him maybe departing in the mid-season break. I hope he doesn't go, because he's been a wonderful addition to our league.
But the flip side of it is, listen, we want him to stay, but
yeah,
he's one of those players there. There's a few of them. You think, wonder what he would be like in the Premier League, because you think, yeah, he can do it, him, because he has that much quality. Al Arabi as well. That's when you ask the question, who do you have between the pair of them? Very, very difficult.
Okay, so Al Shahaniya versus Al Sadd. That's the question. Nick, why don't you go first this time?
It's just Al Sadd are flying. You can't, you know. And I think when you do get at Shahaniya and the first couple of goals go in, I think it could be a long night for them. You've got to say 3-0, 4-0.
Okay.
Same, 4-0.
4-0. All right. Next up, it's Al Khor versus Al Salia. Al Khor, week 14. And again, you saw it, you've already seen the result, of course. You'll know it was the 1-1 draw with Al Shahaniya Hilal with that long-range shot. Not the first time he's scored from a bit of a distance. We would have seen a few goals off him in the past. Are we getting better performances from them? In the chat I had in the studio with Nick about this game, I spoke to one of the players, which I'm not going to name, who said he felt that the team just needed some more experience there. Would you go along with that?
Well,
that's how he felt. Enjoying it, he said, and the performances have been getting better under Cassoni.
They have.
Just a little bit more experience.
I think all they'll be concentrating on is closing that gap to Qatar Sports Club.
Yeah.
And how many
it's 5
is it?
It's 5 at the moment.
But they have a game in hand?
Yeah.
Right.
No. It's all done now, no.
Oh, right. They played the game in hand.
They've got
beat off
to
Al
play
Sadd,
games.
sorry.
Yeah.
So 5-point gap. What? They've got to close the gap. Simple as that. Experience in what positions? What was his general?
In general, I didn't go. He just felt sort of collectively
I
a
think
bit
they've
more
got experience, haven't they? They've got Yassin and Joe go up front. Hilal's an experienced player.
Wagner there as well.
Wagner.
Listen, they have a good time. I'm not having that as an excuse. That's not. There's.
It may have been one of the experienced players who told me.
Yeah, but Shahaniya. Look at Shahaniya. They've not got a better squad than what Al Khor is. So Al Khor, they've got to do better. So they've got to get a victory.
Okay, they're up against Al Salia, who just a bit rocky at the moment. Nick, they were missing their 2 key strikers. You said that was not an excuse. It was a poor performance.
I thought, end of. Considering where they are in the league, should be full of confidence. Should be, should be buzzing about. It wasn't that at all. It was a lacklustre performance. Have they got that in from what they had last season? You know, they started off so well and it all went horribly wrong for them. I still think they maybe still got that, but the big question is obviously if Tibakanine and Abdul Qadir come back in, if they do, it makes a big difference.
So Al Khor versus Al Saleh. This time I go over to Chris. Chris, Al Khor, Al Saleh.
2-1 Saleh.
Okay, they bounce back according to you.
Abdul Qadir or Tibakanine play, 3-1 to Saleh. If they don't play, Al Khor to win.
Okay, thank you. Finally, it's Salal versus Al Arabi. Okay, let's just remind you that Salal match with Al Ahly. Now you get, Nick, to see the Salal chances from that game. We sort of touched on it before, but they don't seem far away, Salal, do they?
Well, they're far away from getting into the top 4.
Yeah.
That's your main thing. That's what we talk about all the time. I mean, this is Mawas. First and foremost, this is great defending. You know, he sticks to his task. Mawas with a glorious opportunity to start off. They've improved under the new coach slightly. But I don't think we can look at them at the moment anywhere near the top 4 at all. If they can finish it off now before the big break and get that 3 points, I think it's very important. But they're not flying. They're not flying from when we used to see them and looking strong and looking good going forward. No, right. Not for me. Probably middle of the table this season for me.
Let's hear from Bouziane Barebi, their head coach.
After you have a big break, and if you go in this break with without these 3 points, it is not same work, it's not same feeling, it's not same psychology with the player. We need too much to do like a new season, new job, you know. And it's very difficult for all the teams when you lose 3 points and you have a big break for the working inside the training, because you know after win, everybody is happy to come back in the field. You can give maybe more holiday for the player. You can take more holiday for you for enjoy. And if we don't have these 3 points, all change.
Holiday?
Rodri, can I just stop you there now? This is mine and Chris's languages as footballers.
Yeah.
No, we used to get the same thing. If someone says, hey, if you lose at the weekend, you'll be coming in for training all through this day. If you win, you get a couple of weeks off. Now, they're going to win now, Salal, just on the strength of that. They used to do the same thing.
Did a nice extended holiday, did that drive you to a win?
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Straight, all you need to... Now, Al Arabi, the flip side with them is they're not getting any time off. They're going into a camp. So that tells you straight away, Salal will win there. Holidays, that's all you got to do. Entice them with a little holiday. See you later. So we got 5-0 to Salal.
Well, let's just see, because they're up against Al Arabi, who picked up a very important 2-1 win over Al Kharatiyat in that week 14. They just had a player sent off, and a man was sent off, of course, just before that, and from that free kick, that's what happened, Chris.
Yeah, major mistake from Sofiane in goal, wasn't it? I mean, he's headed it from the edge of the box there. He's a good header, back to the far post, but it should have been saved. There's Jardel. This is where you want Jardel running at the opposition on the edge of the box. Quite fortunate with the deflection, but it doesn't matter, does it? And now Salah, all of a sudden, he went a month without scoring. How many chances did he miss? Now he's got a couple of goals and the confidence is there again. Always got a chance with Salah and Melson. Who else was up front? Fad at one point. They've got a lot of pace in the forward line.
Well, on the Melson point, let's just look at his form at the moment. And Nick, you saw a lot of good in this victory over Al Kharatiyat.
I thought he kept it simple, but he did that very well. You know, look what I see there. He laid it off, then he gets into the box. Watch this again here now. This is wonderful. Lay it off, get yourself into the box there. He's big, he's strong. You know, and this is a good one, but he's just got to use his brain a little bit here now. When he goes to the keeper, block the pass off to the right-hand side, because the keeper can't get out, then you're forcing him to kick it long. You know, I just think he's got to save his energy a bit. But I spoke to one of the players there. I said, who is the quickest? Is it Salah? Is it Melson? He said Melson. So he said, yeah. He said,
surprising.
so they do.
Surprising.
So they've got pace up there. And I thought it was a great performance by him. Nice and simple, getting hold of the ball, and the main thing, getting in the box where you're going to get your goals.
Okay, so they get the win again at last. Their head coach Hatem Madeb has something to smile about.
Since the beginning, we have confidence. Even in the period when we have bad results, after three lost game against Ahli, Qatar and Hail, especially against Qatar and Hail, we was good. Make good performance. Okay, we lose, but we have confidence and we trust our players. So sure, for now, after good results, we'll have more confidence.
Great, and yet one win. Confidence, confidence. We always had confidence. It's brilliant what a win does.
I always believed in them.
As you quite often say.
Yeah, but when he first came in, he looked like he was panicking so much. But
Well,
he's
yeah,
turned
why
them.
not? Because they were losing every game.
Yeah, but he's turned them for me. I think they've got a team there which is middle of the table, a good side.
So, I'm still with you. So let me ask you, Nick.
You've heard what I've said.
Salal,
they've been guaranteed.
Al Arabi.
Yes, a good performance by them. 2-0.
2-0 to Salal.
And a big holiday for them.
Okay, Chris.
1-1.
All right. Thank you very much.
No holidays.
Okay, let's head back to Shadin Wadan once again to remind us of the league standings after 14 weeks and how they line up for week 15.
Al Dahel hold a 3-point advantage over Al Sadd at the top of the league standings going into week 15. Al Saliya remain in third spot with Al Rayyan 1 point behind them in fourth. Al Ahli and Al Gharrafa make up the top half of the table. Al Arabi have moved up to 7th place while Slal have dropped to 8th. Al Shahaniya are in 9th with 16 points, and Qatar Sports Club have increased the gap between themselves in 11th place Al Khor to 5 points. Al Khritiyat are still adrift at the bottom with just 3 points. As for the fixtures, on Thursday the 6th of December, Al Gharrafa are up against Al Ahli for the early kickoff, and later on Al Khritiyat face Al Rayyan at 18:30 Doha time. On Friday the 7th of December, Al Dahel meet Qatar Sports Club at 1600, and for the late kickoff, Al Shahaniya are up against Al Sadd. On Saturday the 8th of December, early game sees Al Khor against Al Saliya, and Slal face Al Arabi at 18:30.
Okay, we're all set for week 15. From Nick, Chris and myself, bye for now.